Welcome back to Corporate Review. I'm sitting here with Tom Jones. We're here at Ryder System, continuing our conversation. Tom, right before the break, we talked a little bit about the diversification in aerospace and certainly being able to deliver products from one place to another, bigger machine parts. How is that changing, though, over the years? Certainly with alternative energy starting to, have some footing, especially in Michigan. You've got bigger parts of transport and whatnot. How does Ryder look at all of that?
Well, especially in the specialized transportation, things like windmill power generating blades, some of those can be 100 feet long. So how do you move that along
easily,
a long distance generally? And primarily we try to either get it on a boat or else on a rail car.
Yeah.
So the specialized transportation is really one of our specialties that our people work with. And we don't do it ourselves, but we know how to get it done. And knowing how to get it done by the people that have the proper equipment especially is one of the keys to our success. We have a great industry knowledge. We know how to get virtually anything moved anywhere in the world. And to most people, that's a big mystery. How does that get all the way from China to my kitchen or to my house or from Europe to here or Latin America to here? And those are the things that we do on a regular basis. So we have some very well-versed people that know how to move things around the world.
How do you see the market changing in 5 years? I mean, do you see just more of that, just trying to figure out logistically? But where do you look down the road?
It's really a fascinating subject because, we see the trends in the world before they're reported in the papers usually. We know where the movements of things are.
Right.
And it's really changed a lot of the decisions that people have made regarding sourcing. Many people are now looking for more of a regional strategy, something closer that has a land bridge possibly where transportation costs are not so outrageous. And a lot of the sourcing that was done on parts and things like that, many times those decisions were made years ago when fuel was a much lower cost and labor was a certain price in Asia, and the combination that you look at is called total landed cost. It made sense to source in a lower labor cost area, but now as fuel becomes a much bigger component, and again, a lot of the analysis depends on the price of what you're moving and the ability to source it closer. Many companies are looking at more of a regionalization strategy, and there's even a small trend towards moving back within the United States with some of the manufacturing. There are certainly some competitive factors that are at play that would allow people to find their total landed cost actually is in Michigan or Indiana instead of China or Mexico or someplace else.
Well, let's talk about locations. Perfect segue into why and how Ryder came to locate in Novi. How did that all begin?
Well, there's an awful lot of factors in play there too. Certainly, as Ryder grew in the automotive sector, Michigan actually is Ryder's largest state of employment. Even though we're headquartered in Miami, Florida, we have more people in Michigan than any other state. We have about 3,000 people that work for us. And in this building in particular, we have about 600 to 700 people that work here. Our growth in automotive and the capabilities that have arisen out of that we've been able to leverage across different industries has really allowed us to look at a consolidated facility here in Novi. And we had a facility in Farmington Hills and one in Ann Arbor. And as we had an opportunity, we felt that getting everybody in the same facility had a lot of benefits. First, the interplay between different groups and divisions that are able to walk down the hall and talk to each other instead of scheduling a conference call was critical. And certainly the ability to build a new building that had a lot of technology embedded in it because we're a very data-driven organization. It all led us to look at a location that could serve both Farmington Hills and Ann Arbor. But the real seller was, I think, the involvement of the City of Novi, Oakland County, the state of Michigan. Everybody came through and supported us. And this site, and working with Northern Equity and also Ekin Equities, which are the two developers of this site, they really put together a great deal that was something that we felt was the best value on the market at the time. And certainly from an employee standpoint, most of our employees live relatively along the 275, 696 corridor.
Sure.
So a lot of people were very happy that we chose this area. And we have a relatively young workforce, and Novi offers an awful lot of shopping and restaurants and great access on M5 right out here. And so we have a lot of out-of-town visitors, a lot of out-of-country visitors. We wanted to make sure it was something that people could come to, that we could be proud to be located here. And certainly the workforce, I think, is superior in this area as well.
Talk about that. Where do you look for your workforce for Ryder?
We're a big recruiter for college-educated employees, especially in our logistics engineering field. We work with Michigan State, Central Michigan, University of Michigan. We work with all the state universities to provide, college graduates a job here in Novi instead of having to move to Chicago or New York City or someplace else. So I think that's one of the bright spots in Novi, is that we do have opportunities here for people, and it's a great career for someone to look at.
Talk a little bit, because again, the camera is never going to get the full impact of this building, and certainly we're showing images as we're talking about, this is really a custom building for Ryder. How big is this building, square footage?
It's about 150,000 square foot building, and we occupy roughly about 125,000 square feet of it. And we do have some expansion room still, so hopefully if our business continues to grow, we'll be able to move into that. The building itself, again, is an Energy Star rated building. It's the first building in Ryder that's actually Energy Star certified, which means we're going to use significantly less energy than we have in the past. And we had an engineering firm come in and specifically design all of our electrical and our HVAC and our windows and everything to make sure that we are energy efficient. So we're very proud of that. But the building itself is just riddled with technology and cabling, and
beautiful building.
Technology is exceptionally important to us. So it's really been a wonderful experience.
Seems like yesterday we were all signing the girders. Can you show me which girder is one that I signed? It's probably
it's
second
right
one on
over
the
there.
left. Second one on the left.
It's right over there.
And it just seems like it was yesterday that we did this grand opening. But we're certainly happy, the City of Novi, to have Ryder here. And as you said earlier, Tom, it's a perfect partnership with the MEDC in Oakland County to have you folks located here.
Well, so we can't be happier. The City of Novi has just been wonderful to work with.
Great. The
whole City Council and the Mayor and City Manager, yourself, and we're very appreciative of the support you've shown us.
Well, all part of a day's job, and we love it. So again, Tom, thanks for taking the time to talk to us today. That wraps it up for Corporate Review. Again, if you're interested in economic development, and isn't everybody, we want you to visit our website at investnovi.org. Until next time, take care.